I'm alive. But no. I'm like half dead, half alive. Oh, look, I cut my hair. It's like all cut off. So that's great. I only make videos when I'm bored. I have fun with that. Yeah. That's legit it. I keep telling myself I need to clean my room. If you've ever seen my videos before, you know that my room is always a mess. But it was clean for a while. Oh shit. Ugh! It was clean for a while. But then we had to move stuff. See, because I had my mom's dresser down here, and my dresser was up there with her in her room. Because we had switched rooms, but we hadn't switched our stuff, I guess. Like, our clothes were switched and shit, but yeah. So, that's great, honestly. Oh, what the fuck? I found a setting that gives me light stuff. Oh, that's litty. That's too bright. We didn't need none of that. But yeah. So it's a mess again. Don't mind that. That apparently was under the dresser. I don't go under the dresser, and I barely touched the dresser, besides to put shit on top of it. So that's just a bunch of stuff that my mother left under there. That's great. So yeah, I had Chick-fil-A. Look at that. It's watered down now. That's gross. So I really should, like, clean again. And you know, I was going to turn this into just cleaning my room, but now I really don't want to clean. Even though I probably should. My bed has no stuff on it besides this pillow. Because I just got back from my father's. And I should actually probably sleep on my bed tonight. But I don't usually. I sleep on Rat, which is my big bean bag. Named Rat. I forgot what its actual name is. It's like Prince something Marmaduke. I don't know. But yeah. I should clean, but I don't want to, and I'm lazy. So that's fun. But yeah. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with a YouTube channel. At all. I mean, I'm 14, almost 15. Started this shit at like 10, 11, I think. I don't actually remember. I may have been younger than that. I may have been 9. I was probably 9 or 10. But okay. That was fun. You know, actually, I'm gonna turn this into a TED Talk. Let's turn this into a TED Talk. Let's. Don't mind the dress that I'm wearing. Okay. One moment, actually. Ah! You didn't see that. I had to turn the fan down. Okay, let's turn this into a TED Talk. What are we going to TED Talk about? Let's talk about life. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about my life. Maybe. I don't know. I'm honestly just winging it. I have no plans for actual videos because I'm one of the laziest people alive. Oof. And I should do something with my life. But life is exhausting. Yeah. So I'm going into high school. That's fun. Going into 9th grade starting August. It's June now. So that's summer. Ooh. But I should probably start trying to get my life together, I suppose. People say you should use your teenage years is supposed to be the years that, like, you find yourself and crap, but really, I think I'm more confused now than I was before. Honestly. Because there's, like, so much shit. So much. People are like, so, do what your heart tells you. Like, follow your heart for what you want to do when you grow up. But make sure that you can get money from it. Like, don't get a stupid degree that you're never going to find a job for. Like, I get that. Like, you want to be able to live an actual life. Don't do something that you aren't going to be able to do anything with. Don't go to school for something you know you're not going to be able to do anything with, because nobody wants to give out jobs for shit like that. Like a literal arts degree, literature arts or whatever. That would be a fucking cool ass degree, but you're not going to be able to get anything from that degree, I don't think. At least that's what my dad says. You're not going to be able to get anything from that degree. Because life. So, like, people are like, one second people are like, follow your heart and shit, and the next second people are like, be a doctor or some shit, because you're going to find there's always a need for doctors and stuff. They're like, do something. And I'm like, okay, what do you want from me? Do you want me to do something that I'm happy doing, or do you want me to do something that makes money? Because honestly, being a doctor and shit, that would be cool. But at the same time, it's like, I don't have the patience for that. I don't have the mental ability to do something like that. I don't think I could be able to be that kind of person who could live with knowing that I, like, am the cause for someone either living or dying. 'Cause that kind of, like, terrifies the shit out of me, you know? Like, I don't want to be the judge of someone's life. It's like those riddles and shit where, well, it's not really a riddle. It's like a moral compass kind of thing. It's like, okay, so there's one person. Well, there's like 5 people, okay? And they all are going to have like some sort of sickness. And they're going to die if they don't get a certain like organ or some shit. But you can't find someone who matches their organ, who can match them or whatever. But then one person comes in with a completely curable illness, but they also have organs that would match all 5 of those people. So if you let that one person die, you can give their organs to those 5 people, and those 5 people can live. Or you can cure that person's illness, and those 5 people are going to survive. Are going to die. Here's the thing. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, that's easy. Just get the organ. That's easy. Let that one person die. But here's the thing. If you're actually in that situation, like actually put yourself in that doctor's shoes. Either way, someone's going to die. But at the end of the day, what happens to your conscience? Knowing that that person was could perfectly be cured. And they would have been fine. And their family wouldn't have to suffer. But you made the choice to let them die. Because you could have saved them, but you made the choice to let them die. But at the same time, it's like those other 5 people, they survived. But do you really want it weighing down on your conscience that you could have saved that one person? And I think that's terrifying, that a lot of doctors do have to make those kind of decisions. And I feel real bad for every single one of them that have to, because you shouldn't have to make a decision like that. You shouldn't have to choose whose life is more worthy than the other. Because then you also have to take into account, well, what kind of people are all those people? What are their personalities? If you save those 5 people, are those 5 people, even though you saved more people, are those 5 people going to turn into serial killers or something? Are they going to be contributing members of society? Or are they just going to... It's crazy. But then, what about that other person? What about that person? That person could have been the person to cure cancer or some shit. That person could have been the person to stop all wars. You don't know this. No one can know these kinds of things. And it's kind of terrifying that you never know. Because it feels like, at the end of the day, it feels like any choice you make is wrong. Any choice you make is going to have repercussions that, are you really ready to face? Are you really ready to take those repercussions? What if you save those 5 people, but then a family member of that one person finds out that the person could have been cured. That one person could have been cured. What if they come and they sue you then? Because you let that one person die. What if they find that out? They could sue you. But then it would just make it harder for the jury and stuff, because the jury is going to be like cut down the middle, like, well, they saved more than 5 people, but then what are those 5 people doing with their lives? Are those 5 people just like lazy asses that sit around all day in their parents' basement playing video games? They're like 30 years old with heart problems and with still having heart problems and shit. Then you gotta also remember. Then you also have to remember that a lot of organs, they only last so long in another body. Like lungs, they only last like 5 years. And then you have to find more. So then you're just kind of prolonging the suffering of some of those people. You're just prolonging the suffering. And it's just this whole big mess. And everyone has different morals and everyone has different ideas. And it's crazy. It's crazy that people have to make those decisions. And I feel like we shouldn't have to make those decisions. But then, of course, most people want world peace. I'm not going to say everyone because there could be people out there that don't. But most people, they want world peace. But we know that it's virtually impossible to have world peace. It's virtually impossible. Well, physically impossible, I guess, to have world peace. And I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, so that's one of the reasons why I couldn't be a doctor. But then, like, a bunch of parents, a bunch of people are like, well, find something else, be a lawyer. Okay, if I'm a lawyer, here's the thing. If you're a lawyer, there are different kinds of lawyers. There are a lot of different kinds of lawyers, and it's a hit or miss, really. You could be a defense lawyer, but then you have to defend that person whether you know that they're guilty or not. Like, you could have to defend an actual murderer, an actual psychopath. And then at the end of the day, of course, you're the person you're defending, if they get caught, if people find out that they're the actual murderer or whatever, actual psychopath, it's not just the murderer or whatever that's going to get the backlash. It's the people who associated with the murderer. It's the lawyer that helped the murder, that try and, like, get the murderer out of jail or whatever. And I don't think I could do that, because I don't want to have to defend a murderer. I don't. That's no fun. That would be no fun. And there's a bunch of stuff that I could do. And I know that people are gonna be like, well, you still have a couple of years to choose. You still have a couple of years. Yeah, but in high school, those couple of years kind of just come and go, I hear. It's just, like, my middle school years, they literally just came and went. And high school is probably going to be around the same way. It's just going to come and go. And then, what if I blink one day and then I'm a freaking senior and I have to choose? I'm going to have to choose. I still don't know what I want to be. What if there's a bunch of other random things that happen? What if I get pregnant? I don't plan on getting pregnant, but it's still a possibility. What if I get pregnant and then I become a teen mother? And then what do I do? Some people are like, get an abortion. Some people are like, do adoption. Some people are like, just don't have sex. Some people, there's so many different things. I, myself, think that every woman should have the right to choose of having an abortion or not. But I, myself, would never have an abortion. And that's just because I don't think I don't think that I could forgive myself for that, I don't think I could forgive myself for that, for doing something like that. I'd much rather, like, give a baby up for adoption, but I don't think I'd even do that. Honestly, I think if I ever got pregnant, I would keep the baby. I'd just keep the baby. Like, oops, I'm a teen mom. What am I gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Well, I'm gonna be the best damn teen mom you could ever be. Like I said, I don't want to be a teen mom. I don't want to give up a lot of things as a baby. Like babies having babies. I don't want to be like that. But at the same time, it's like, if that did happen, I know what I would probably choose. And I think it's kind of stupid that we have to think about those things. Like, at the end of the day, we do have to kind of make those certain choices. Like, if there's always a possibility, even if it's slight, there's always a possibility for shit to go down. So that's crazy. This is just kind of turned into me ranting about shit, honestly. And yeah, and then I think about that. And then me, I want to get out of where I am as soon as possible. The state that I'm, like the actual state of America, I want to get out of. And I want to go somewhere colder. I want to go somewhere nicer. I do. I kind of want to leave. I honestly kind of want to go to Europe or Canada because it's really cold. Also, I hear it's really nice. Somewhere in Europe, maybe London, like Britain or something. UK, I don't know. Or Switzerland or Denmark. Somewhere around there. Or Canada. Somewhere in Canada. But yeah. But, yeah, there are so many. That's one of the things that I think is crazy about life, is that there are so many different choices. There's a lot of choices we have to make as we grow up. There's a lot of things we have to say, ways we have to act. And of course, everyone has a different life. Everyone has different things happen to them. They have different opportunities and shit like that. But we all still have to grow up and make choices. We can make either the choice to stay where we are, or we can make the choice to get away, or just a bunch of different stuff, honestly. And I think that's one of the things that terrifies me so much, is that I'm not big on making these kinds of choices. Of course, I'll make the choices because I have to. But I don't want to make them. I don't want to have to make these choices. I'd rather just kind of live a life instead of constantly having to look over my shoulder over all these different things. So yeah. That was my TED Talk, I guess. This is like 23, 24 minutes long. Me just ranting. I tend to rant. I like ranting. But yeah. I think one day soon I'm going to do a rant on my mental health. Just to get it out in the open. Because I feel like I bottle it up so much. Everyone knows I have mental health issues. But I feel like I still bottle it up so much that it kind of needs to just get out. Be able to get out there, you know? So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video on me just ranting about my mental health. About shit that goes on and how I feel about it and stuff. I think that's just how life really needs to be. One of the reasons that I really like ranting about things, especially on like YouTube and stuff, is because there are so many different kinds of opinions. So many different opinions out there. So many different people who will sit down and they'll tell me how they feel about shit. And I like hearing about that. I do. I like being on a platform where I can express myself and other people can express themselves. And we don't have to make a big deal about it, really. Because I have Wattpad and AO3, which Archive of Our Own. And I've noticed a big difference on both of those forums. Now, I'm a writer, a very big writer. So I write a lot, and I read a lot, and those are both fan fiction sites. Because, well, Archive of Our Own is a fan fiction site. Wattpad has fan fiction on it, but it also has actual real stories and stuff. Well, I wouldn't say that fan fiction aren't real stories, but I think you get what I mean. They have ones that aren't fan fiction. But I've noticed that there are different kinds of people on so many different forums. Like on YouTube, you have a huge mix of legit everyone. And then I go on like Wattpad and fanfiction.net, and on Wattpad, I feel like everyone is always... Sorry, I paused it for a sec. My mom came in. Anyway, on Wattpad, everyone's always a little aggressive. Not like aggressive, but I feel like everyone always has a little bit of anger in them. So it's really easy for a comment strand to go from perfectly normal to random people just screaming at each other. And I don't like that. And I am guilty of it too, because I see someone putting a bigoted comment on there, a mean, like homophobic or transphobic or something like that, or just a mean comment in general on there, and then I get angry because I get it, you're expressing your opinion, but you don't need to express your opinion on shit like that. Especially, if you are homophobic, don't express your homophobic opinions on a gay fan fiction or a gay story in general. We don't care. We don't care for your comments. We just don't. I've seen so much of that on Wattpad. People just get really, really angry about that stuff, and I get it. I get angry about it too. But then everyone gets angry. Everyone gets angry. And I've been trying to get better about that, where I don't get I try and make a joke about it a little more, or I just don't say anything. But I feel like not saying anything is just as worse as getting angry. Because then you're kind of condoning their behavior. Condoning their comment. And I don't like that. One of the things I like about AO3 is that everyone's just virtually more calm. Like, if someone says a mean comment, people just joke about it and brush it off, or their comment gets deleted. That's just what happens. You're gonna be mean, your comment gets deleted. Like, constructive criticism, the authors don't usually do anything about. They're like, okay, thanks for the constructive criticism. Thanks, I like knowing how you think I can become a better author and stuff like that. But when someone's being an asshole, they just kind of delete the comment. That's just what happens. The comment gets deleted, and it pretty much get taken off like pretty much the same day. But the thing about Wattpad is that there's so many different things. There's so much. One thing that I don't like about Wattpad is that if you see a story has been copied from another story, like you can tell that they're pretty much the exact same story, and one of them was made before the other one. So it shows you when each story was made. So you can go and look at which story was created first, and then you can find out which one had copied off the other. And here's the thing. Only the creators of the story can go and say that story was copied. The readers of the story aren't allowed to go and do that. We can't say, oh, this story has been copied, because we go and try, and the forum says, oh, if you aren't the writer of the story, you can't say that it's been copied. Like, what? If you go on AO3 and you say that a story has been copied, you go and tell one of the people, you go and you just put a copyright thing on that. You say, this story has been copied. And everyone's like, okay, we'll go and figure out what's going on with that. Sometimes the creators of the story are like, oh yeah, no, it wasn't really copied. It wasn't copied or anything. It was like the idea was given or something like that. I don't know. We just wanted it to be spread through more people. I get that. Sometimes that happens. And then a lot of times, the story's actually copied and that story gets taken down. Easy peasy. And then people get so angry over a bunch of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know where I was going with this, honestly. I forget. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I like expressing myself. Anyway. I like being on forums where I can express myself and other people can express themselves and we don't have to fight over it. We can just express ourselves. We don't have to make a big deal about it. Express yourself. Be who you are. Honestly, there are few things that I'm not tolerable of. I am tolerable over a lot of things. A lot of things, and so many people I know are like, why are you tolerable over this? Why do you tolerate that? Why do you tolerate that? I never said I condone it. I just said that I tolerate it. Like, I'm not gonna make the biggest deal about it. There are few things that I don't just tolerate. And just let it be. Just let it be. Just let it be. That's why I like, it's one of the things I like about YouTube. You can just kind of just put your opinion out there, and sometimes, especially if you're a small YouTuber, you like rarely do anything, you can kind of just put your opinion out there, and you don't really get like, you don't get shit from it, really. Just kind of there. You don't get shit. You put your opinion out there. Sometimes people come and see it, sometimes they don't, and that's just life. That's what I like about being a smaller YouTuber. You can just you just put your opinion out there. What I feel bad for the bigger YouTubers that they try and put their opinion out there and they get so much backlash from it. And I'm like, bro, we're all human beings. In the end, that's what we all are. We're just human beings. And we are allowed to have opinions. We are allowed, because opinions, like my dad said, they come from our experiences. And everyone's had a different experience. So we all have a different kind of opinion. We might have a similar base opinion, but then we all have different, like, hints of the opinion. Not hints. We all have different details of that opinion, I guess. Different add-ons to that opinion. Like, one person might think this and another person might think that, but also maybe a little bit of this. Like, well, I get this, but what about a little bit of that too? So it's just a big mess. Life is a mess in general. That was my second TED Talk. So yeah, this was supposed to be me cleaning, but you know, turned into me ranting. Anyway, like I said, next video will probably be me ranting about my mental health. Just because I want to get it out there. Just because I want to one day have that shit down. You know? Whatever. So yeah. If you got through this far, I guess, good for you. Good job. Thumbs up. I don't really care if you like the video, if you dislike the video. I don't care much if you comment. I don't care much if you subscribe. Be nice, I guess. But really, it's more of, this is less me trying to have followers or subscribers or whatever, and more me just trying to talk. Just trying to talk. Like I said, I like putting my opinion out there. I like putting my thoughts out there. Cause that's it's just life. I hope you all I can't speak. I hope you all have a good day, a good night, a good evening, a good morning. I don't know. Hope you all don't die. Yeah. Bye-bye.